Hello, welcome back to my channel and to another vlog. So it's Sunday today. I thought I would take you with me throughout my day. So yesterday I had a lot of stuff planned and I did a little bit in the morning. I went to the library. I think I did like 2 hours of my school and I did a couple errands and stuff in the morning. But ultimately, I kind of came home and decided to have a chill day. So I just kind of hung out on the couch with the animals. So then we made dinner and we just had like a movie night with dinner and then went to bed and had a fairly early night. So today I feel like I'm playing a little bit of catch up because there were definitely some things this weekend that I definitely need to get done before the week starts. So I'm going to start my day with kind of my standard practice because that to me is my non-negotiable. So I'm going to have my coffee, I'm going to do my journaling and so forth. And then I am actually going to be filming today in terms of my weekly videos where I sit down and kind of talk about different topics. And right now I am filming the weekly videos that go through the 6 steps of the Overcome the Overwhelm, kind of like the workbook for goal setting. So I am a little bit behind on filming, so I'm actually filming my video that is due to go up today. Typically I don't edit those too much, so they should be pretty quick, but I will kind of show you how I set up to do my videos and what my setup looks like and all of that. I thought that could be a fun thing to do today. So that's going to be what I do this morning, and then I am going to go to the library to work on my course a bit. And the library, because it's Sunday, it's only open I think 4 hours or something, and it opens quite late. So I'm going to use that as motivation to get all of my stuff I can do at home kind of done in the morning, and then I will kind of move forward from there. So I will check in again a little bit later. I actually just organized all of my makeup. So basically right now I've got my palettes. I have, again, more palettes. These are pretty much all eye palettes except for this one's for face. Here I have all of my perfume, a few of my tools that are not brushes, tweezers, and so forth. I have in this section my blush. In this section I have highlighter, contour, and just face powder. Here I have everything to do with my eye pencils, my mascara. I have my face serum and concealer, foundation. Here I have everything to do with lips. So I have all of my different lip products. I have lip pencils and so forth. I have my brushes here, obviously. And then in the back here, I just have my fake lashes, and then things like lip balm and a few different face serums, eye creams, and so forth. And I did actually film my reorganization of that, so I will post it as a separate video. But yeah, it's just nice to get that organized. Before it was in a train case, and then it was also in this box combined with some of my stationery and such. So all of these stationery items and other miscellaneous items that were in this box before, I'm going to move to my storage container, the tower that I bought in my first haul that I showed all of you. So I just want to do a little bit of a chit chat while I got ready. I just thought that would be a fun way to kind of do a catch up of what I did during the week. So it's now Sunday. My last vlog was filmed on Monday. So it was on the day after Labor Day, which I think it was the 5th. So my goal for last week, if you did watch my September kind of plan with me, I wanted to get my first accounting assignment completed by Friday. I also wanted to launch my website, and those were kind of my 2 primary goals that I had set out for myself to do last week. I will say I did not get both of those done yet. So the accounting one I did start. So I basically got all of my prep work for my course. I got my course organized because it's a new course for me. And then I did all of the prep reading, and I basically am ready to read like my first chapter. So I kind of got over the mental block of starting it, which I do find every time I start a course, I have a bit of a kind of block to let myself get into it. But then once I get past like the first 1 or 2 days, then I find that I am a lot better, and there's not the same resistance. So it's just a kind of a funny thing I've noticed with the new courses that I've been starting. So yesterday I went to the library. I also bought my calculator for the accounting course I'm doing. And as I said, I just did a couple hours. So I was there for probably 2 hours, and I just did all of the reading and prepared myself for what I'm going to be learning in my first chapter. And then today my goal is to go back to the library, hopefully if I am kind of ready in time to do that, and just get the rest of my chapters read and hopefully get to the point where I can complete my assignment. But it's a kind of a flexible date. I was being a little bit aggressive to try to get myself some incentive to get going on it. But if I take a couple days later, it's not really the end of the world. So I'm not like stressing out about it at this point. The other thing I said I was going to do was launch my website. So I'm currently building out basically an e-commerce site for my products, and then also combining that with the blog that I've wanted to do for a long time. So I'm currently doing it on WordPress, and I am learning how to use WordPress as I'm going. So it's taking a little bit of time, but I've gone through, I've added my products, the bulk of my products that I'm wanting to add, but I just need to go through, and there's a lot of things that you need to do in terms of like the SEO and adding metadata and stuff that I've never had any experience with. So it's just a lot of learning, and it's taking a little bit longer than I had originally anticipated it taking. And then with the blog, I'm also trying to catch up my blog posts, because each week I have a newsletter that I send out, and with that newsletter, it's the topics that go along with my weekly videos that I've been posting. So about like finding your driving force and living in authentic alignment with who you are and what your soul purpose is, and like what you're meant to do in life. So my videos that I've been posting with that have all had a newsletter that coincides with those each week. And so what I have been doing and wanting to do is build out blog posts that are tied to each of those weekly topics. But like obviously a blog post, a little bit more elaboration on the weekly topics. So that's kind of what I've been working towards building, and it's just something that's taking a lot longer than I kind of gave it credit to take. However, it's not like impossible to do. I'm not feeling super stuck on getting things done. It's more just the time allocation to do that. So that's where I'm at with my website, and it is definitely going to be live this month. It's just a matter of making sure that it's what I want it to be when I do launch, and not rushing to launch just for the sake of hitting a deadline. I just want to honor kind of what I'm creating. That being said, I'm not striving for perfection either. So I'm trying to strike the balance of getting it done, getting it live, and accomplishing a goal that I've set out, but also still having the quality that I'm wanting it to have. But nothing's ever going to be perfect. So it's not at the point where like it needs to be perfect for me to be able to launch it. And I hope that makes sense. The couple of things that I did this week that were actually big life items to get done that I've been kind of putting off for a little while because I was focused on my last course and a couple of other things. So one of those is to register my car. So we moved from Maine to Washington State. And with that, I needed to register my car here and get kind of like my license plate and all of that. I did go to do it shortly after we moved, but my dog had bitten a side of the paper of my last car title. And even though it was just the paper and it didn't impact any of the printed information or type or anything like that, I had to get a new title. because it was considered altered. So I had to wait for that to come through and then just find time again to go and do that. So I finally did that this week, which I am feeling really good about getting checked off of my list finally, because it's definitely something that's always at the back of my mind, and I know I need to go deal with it. So it's nice to get that done. The other thing that I did, and I did include this in my last vlog, but I got our immigration application filled in. So all of the pieces of information I needed and all of that, I have completed the form at this point, which I am feeling really kind of excited about having done. So all I'm doing now is I just need to gather all of our kind of supporting documentation and evidence. And again, I've even done well on that this week. So I've found all of the photos I'm wanting to submit. I've asked everybody who has photos of us together to be able to send those over so that I can add those to the application. And I've figured out the things that I need to still find, but identified all of the different documents that I'm wanting to include with it. So I'm feeling like I made tremendous progress on that this week. I'm just feeling really good overall in getting some of those like big overarching life tasks done. So although I didn't move forward on the smaller things, I made big progress on the big things. So I'm allowing myself to feel good about that and not worry about the things I didn't get done just yet, because there's still definitely time for me to do that. Today I'm going to be using this palette here. It's Natasha Denona. So yeah, that's kind of how my week went. So I had Monday off for Labor Day, and then I returned to work on the Tuesday, which was the day that I filmed my last vlog. So you saw I worked until 7 or so, and then I did my application for my visa, and then I went to bed and just kind of spent some time with Erin before we went to sleep. And then Wednesday through Friday, it was just, I guess Wednesday I went and I got my car registered after work. So that was a huge thing to get off of my list. My work week was also pretty busy. I had a lot of meetings of stuff to do each day. We're in performance review season, so that kind of took up the bulk of my week and just getting those meetings done with everybody, and that's all fully done as well. So I'm feeling good that, you know, it's away for 2 weeks, but then my first week back I was able to get all of those done. So I'm just feeling really happy kind of with the progress there, and with catching up on all of the work and the different things that I missed, and I'm feeling like I'm, you know, back in the flow, and I'm all caught up from everything that happened while I was away, and I can just kind of return to my normal pace. I also on Tuesday had a meeting that went really well, so I'm just waiting for my results kind of on that, and then we'll see where things go, and I'll share more on that later. But yeah, just some kind of exciting things in the pipeline. And then on Thursday and Friday, it was really just kind of get my work done. And those were not kind of busy days. I don't think I really did anything major on those days aside from just kind of like my work day. And I'm just trying to think what I did, and I don't think I really did anything on those days. I just kind of worked, and then I believe Friday night I just hung out with Erin, so it wasn't that, like, we just kind of hung out at home. It wasn't anything crazy. And then Saturday, so yesterday I did, as I mentioned, I went to the library for a few hours. I did some errands in the morning before that with Erin, and then kind of just came home and had a very chill, recuperative day, because I felt like that was what I needed. So I came home from the library, had all of these big intentions of all the things I was going to get done, and then in the end I just kind of wound up on the couch with Netflix and some animals snuggling me for the day. and then we made dinner and went to bed. So it was very, very mellow, but I feel like sometimes you do definitely need those days where you are just allowing yourself to be and just chill out, really, because otherwise you do burn out. And I could kind of feel myself getting to that point where it was just so many things on my brain, so many things I needed to do, and I just felt like I just needed to pause, take the day, and then I knew that today I would be able to do a lot of the things that I was wanting to do this weekend. So rather than kind of spreading it out across 2 days, allowing myself to have one day where I just totally relaxed, and then to be able to be a little bit more effective on the second day because I did take that pause. And I found like that's something that I've really stepped into even in the last 6 months. So rather than trying to do it something every single day and then you feel guilty if you need to stop, or you're starting to burn out and you feel yourself like getting stressed and it's just building and building on top of each other, I have found that taking a day or a couple evenings to be a little bit more chill and just designate that time to rest and relaxation, that has been something that has allowed me to actually then be more effective with the time I am doing. So rather than, sitting at my desk or sitting at my computer, staring at a screen, feeling brain dead, and not being able to do it anyway, allowing myself to just step away, take a pause, focus on myself, focus on what I'm wanting to do, whether that's like reading a book or, watching a movie or spending the day on the couch with the animals, hanging out with Erin, anything like I want to do that's not because I have to do it. That is something that's really been kind of a game changer for me in terms of maintaining balance in my life while still being able to get a ton of stuff done. Because when I'm looking back at like what I've done, even the past 6 months, like we've moved from England, I've launched my business, I've created a planner, I've created another bundle since then. We have set up our whole house. We are, just kind of getting all of the pieces of our life set up here. But then I've also done a lot like with my business and just personal growth, and I've seen my family a few times. I went back to Canada for the first time since like February 2019, I think. Like I haven't been home for a long time with the immigration where you're not allowed to leave while they're processing your application, and then all of the fun COVID stuff. So it had just been a long time since I've been home, and it was so nice to be able to go home and just see people and be home. Just to be in the space was like a really nice place to be. Definitely made me a little bit homesick, but at the same time just really appreciate where I came from and being able to be kind of near where I grew up and with my family, and it's just a really beautiful time. So when I think like that's really what I've done, well, I guess the past like 9 months, because I'm thinking since January, but really we moved at the end of February, so it probably is close to 6 months. But it's just a lot of things have happened, and both personally and kind of professionally and developmentally. I've even finished, I think, 2 courses since I've moved here for university, and both of those I've gotten an A+ in, which I've never gotten really before in a university course, I don't think. So even that's going really well. I'm doing my challenging for 7 university courses using something called prior learning. I think it's prior learning assessment, and what that is basically I take all of my learning in my adult life, so since I graduated, and I have to break it down into 8 different categories like teamwork, communication, and so forth. I just demonstrate my learning in each of those, get the evidence together of courses I've done kind of just on my own outside of formal education to continue my growth and development, any skills and experience that I gained in my job. So all of that is just something that I'm working on right now, and you know, that's due in a couple months as well. So it's now at the point where it's crunch time for that. And then I've also got my last 2 university courses that I'm doing right now for like this kind of semester's courses. And then both of those need to be done by the end of December. So for my school, I'm actually doing open learning. So I'm doing where I get a course and I've got 30 weeks to complete it. That's kind of like the standard time. And then within that, I figure out my own schedule. And it's all online learning based. So it's just independent, and then I can reach out to my instructors if I need anything. But aside from that, it's really just going through the course myself. The beauty of that is I actually did go to a high school that was a very similar format. So it was, you do go to school every day, but you get your learning guides, and there's like 20 modules basically within each course. And then you would create your schedule. So there would be like an open learning place for science and for math and for English and so forth. And you would make your schedule, you would decide where you're going to go and work, what you're going to work on, go to the allocated area for that topic, and then there would be instructors that would kind of walk around, have a help list. You would get on their list, and then they would come to you and they would answer any questions that they had once they got to you on the list. So that's how I did high school. So I found like when I went to college and university, having to then go sit in 3-hour lectures, which I was not used to sitting in a class, that was really difficult for me. So doing this as an open learning, I'm finding I'm having a much more successful experience in terms of grades, in terms of being able to have that control over it myself. And it's just funny that going back to the classroom really did not bode well for me, and it was kind of discouraging for me. And I think that's why I only did my associates after I went to university from high school. But I'm right now working on my Bachelor of Commerce degree, and then my plan is to hopefully go and do my MBA after that, so my master's degree in business administration, just because I would love to have, you know, that master's under my belt. And I also just feel like it would teach me a lot. Like, I know I'm building my own business, so I don't necessarily need the paper to grow like within a company, but I do feel like it would provide me with a lot of important skills and insights for when I am building my own company, and maybe things that I wouldn't think to learn independently, like all of the little nuances and things that might be helpful. So that's kind of like what I'm aiming towards, just as my personal goals. And again, it's not something I need for any job that I'm trying to get. It's just really something I'm wanting. And then for my lips, I'm doing this here, and it's the Pacifica in Nudie Red, and this is one I haven't worn in a long time, but I do really like. And so I'm just doing my makeup right now to film my videos. So I'm gonna go do my hair, finish getting ready, finish getting my space set up, and then I will kind of show you my filming setup. so I'm out for a walk with Bruno. We're finally moving now. I'm sure a lot of my footage will just be him smelling because that's the bulk of what we do on our walks. But does anyone else's dog not go to the bathroom when you take them for a walk? So we will go around the whole park, you know, sometimes gone 20-30 minutes, and he will wait until we get home to go in the backyard to go to the bathroom. And he's kind of done this since he was a puppy. So just curious, any other thoughts? If he is out like for full day, he will go if he really needs to, but if there's any possibility he can wait till he's home, that is definitely the route that he would rather go. I would love just any feedback on what people think and if there's anything to do, I guess, for training. It would be really nice if he would go while we're out rather than having to go outside again whenever we do get home. But yeah, I love your thoughts. Alright, so it is about 3:30. I spent a little bit longer doing my filming than I originally thought. I think I finished that around 1:30 or 2. I've taken Bruno for a walk, and then I just came home and I finally got my printer to work, so I printed out some of my planner pages to do my planning this evening, which I will be filming a weekly plan with me that will be probably posted on Monday, so it will likely be up before this vlog, but we'll see. Right now I'm just hanging out with my little Felix. And I have actually gone through all of the photos I need for my application to support the conditions of the removal for my green card. So I did send those through to Walmart to be printed out, and those are ready, so I'm going to probably head there shortly, pick up my photos, and then probably also pick up like a few little groceries to carry us through the week. And then I'm going to come home, and I haven't done any of my accounting schoolwork just yet today, but I'm going to come home. I need to edit my video that I'm needing to put up today, Sunday, for my weekly series that I'm currently doing, and then I will likely edit my weekly plan of me as well, so I need to edit those too, and then after that I'm going to try to get some schoolwork done, but I'm just feeling pretty good. Like, I printed out my application that I need, printed out some of my supporting documents as well as my planning sheets to be able to do my weekly planning, and those are just from my Daily Rituals planner that I created. That's available on my Etsy shop. So I'm gonna head out there. It's still pretty early, and then I'll see like if I want to get anything for dinner from the store, or if we'll just have something that we have in already. But yeah, I will try to get some footage in Walmart, but we will see, and I will check in again shortly. I'll have one of those items that are due within the first month, one due within the second, and one due within the third. And if your project or intention does not work for that, then what you need to do is you need to pick each of those parallel actions that might take the full 3 months to do, and you need to break those down into monthly benchmarks. Alright, so it is now about 8 o'clock at night. I've just been spending the last couple hours editing my videos. So I'm currently just editing my video for today. It's just exporting now, so that feels good to get that done. It will be live today, so even though it is quite late, it is my Sunday video. I'm just a little bit behind this week. So I am going to just kind of wrap this up, get it uploaded, and then update the link to the YouTube video within my newsletter, send out my newsletter for today as well, and just kind of get everything wrapped up for the weekend. So that's what I'm doing, and then I am going to be getting my weekly plan with me video up tomorrow, so that will be going live tomorrow, which is Monday, September 12th. And then I also have this vlog, obviously, that I'm filming that will be live at some point this week. And and I don't have a date for that yet. It just depends how long it takes me to edit it, because these vlogs can take a long time to put together, a lot longer than I kind of originally thought. So I am just going to kind of wrap up, and then I'm going to go watch a movie with Erin, and just kind of chill out for the night and relax, kind of leading into the fresh week. So I will be wrapping up the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any special requests for vlog content, let me know. So, if you like to see the makeup and you would like me to do a little bit longer with that, if you would like me to be more in depth in what my journaling process is each day, what my planning process is each day, more than happy to go into that. I'm just trying to get an idea of what people like to see, and include that, because obviously a lot of what I'm doing each day is quite repetitive, and so it seems a little bit redundant to film the same thing every day. But if it is something that you enjoy, then I do want to include that. And then, like I mentioned earlier, like I also did my organization video for my makeup, so I'm going to go through and edit that, and hopefully it turned out okay with the filming that I got of that. And we'll kind of see what happens, but if that works, then I will also be kind of posting that, because I thought it might be fun to kind of do like an organizing my life kind of series on my channel, because my channel is all about like organization and planning. So I really enjoy getting stuff organized, and especially with our move, I have a lot of things to reorganize and kind of structure a little bit more than we did when we originally just moved in, and everything just got kind of thrown in cupboards and whatnot. So let me know if that interests you, because I would love to put something together like that and kind of give myself added incentive to organize my life a little bit. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you, and I will catch you on the next one.